Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I feel like today's reading is going to be amusing. So, are you up for some amusement? Okay, a few decks on the table. I don't feel like using those. And, I tell you what I will show you. A present that I received yesterday from Emily. So, Emily likes to make me presents. She made me this coaster. Starfish star. She said it is. It's not starfish, it's a star coaster, Mum. Okay. And then she made me these, the flower language cards. Okay. Even though when she put them through the laminator, for some reason they become a little bit splodged. They still do the job. And then she appears with this yesterday. Okay. Listen to the Lord. And inside here, well, I have to get them out. Let's just get them out and give them a shake because it's kind of like a very small container. We'll see what wants to come out. Okay, we'll take those that have come out. We'll put the rest back in. And that one? Okay. Amusing. It's like a little medicine jar. I think it was herbs were in there. Herbs. We use the H here in England. Herbs. I think there could have been some herbs in there. Felt like a little medicine jar, like with tablets inside. And these are passages from the Bible that we're to check out. So I've got 1, 2. Should we put them in order? Okay, this one I've already had a look at. It's already kind of undone. Okay, Matthew, I can see. So we have green, green, pink. Okay, green, green, pink. Let's do it. Should we use these flower language cards? Okay. Wedded love. Ivy. So we're talking about wedded love, apparently. Don't worry, we're going to the Bible. Okay, we're going to listen to the Lord when it comes to the topic of wedded love. Caution. Okay. Oleander. Caution. One more. Marigold. Cruelty. This word, I was using this word yesterday. Cruel. About how people are cruel. Their behaviour is cruel. Wedded love, caution, cruelty. Be careful who you're opting to marry. That's what I want to say. They may have the capacity, the ability to be cruel. This we know. Let's have a look at Matthew. We've got Matthew 17:20. So it doesn't give me the passage on there. I've got to go and do my own research. Anyway, let's have a look. Are we recording? We are. Let's have a look. I'm just going to put in Matthew 17:20. Okay. I think is it chapter 17 verse 20? Well, let's have a look and see what comes up. This is what it says. Okay. He replied, because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Now that's interesting because I said I've already had this one, and I pulled this one out yesterday, and I couldn't make sense of the analogy with the mustard seed. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, what is it about mustard seeds then? If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. So nothing will be impossible for you if your faith is as small as a mustard seed. Truly, I tell you. What's coming through is ye who has little faith. Okay. Is it people that have little faith that are the cruel ones? Let me know if you can work that out, guys, about the mustard seed. So I don't quite understand, okay, why they use the mustard seed as an analogy. Next, what's next? We have Psalm 31:24. Okay, let's go. Can I just type it straight in here? Do you have a search? Maybe not. 31:24. Let's do it. Let's see what this says. Okay. Be strong and take heart, all who hope in the Lord. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Next. Pink. Mark 10:27. Jesus looked at them and said, with man this is impossible, but not with God. All things are possible with God. So with man, this is impossible, but not with God. All things are possible with God. Okay, so not trusting men here. We got the message. God, we got them. Romans 8:38-39. Ready to be amused. Romans. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Christ Jesus our Lord. Wow. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, I think that's how you say it, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Christ Jesus our Lord. That's from King James Version. Romans. Right. Oh, how am I meant to pronounce this? Deuteronomy? Oh, anyway, you read that. 31:8. Did I hold it up long enough for you? Sorry. You pronounce it. We all know that my pronunciations are pants, so, hey, it's all good. We get there. How do we say this word? Probably quite simply. That's not how you spell it though, Lucy. Okay, Deuteronomy. Oh, I was meant to, okay, 31:8, sorry. Right, let's have a look. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Wow, this is a strong message, okay, about being cautious about who we commit to. Okay. 1 Corinthians, that's how you say it, 16, 13-14. let's put the 1 in front, comes up as well. Okay, CORINTHIANS. 13 to 14. Oh, 16 before that. Okay, let's have a look. He says, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men and be strong. Let all that you do be done in love. I think they're talking to you, Divine Masculine. Just, that's the feeling I'm getting. Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. Let all that you do be done in love. His word of encouragement shows us 5 characteristics of a godly man. As men, we have to be aware of what is going on around us. Most men are asleep. Wow. Act like men. Divine Masculine, you haven't been acting like men. You've been acting quite cruel towards the Divine Feminine. Your behaviour has been quite cruel-like. Caution is needed, because the Divine Feminine is very cautious of men, of masculines now. Wow. When I was preparing to come on, it's normally whilst I'm looking in the mirror, putting on the makeup, cosmetics. A few things was coming through. Well, early this morning I felt like it was Judgment Day, that we're due to do some judging. Are we really going to be tolerating this kind of behaviour as Divine Feminines, allowing ourselves to be treated this way? And most men are asleep. Okay, so we're really looking for a collective of Divine Masculines that are acting up like men, okay, in honour of love. The other message that come through when I was actually looking in the mirror was, what happens when you leave the Divine Feminine alone for too long? Then it come through, what happens when you leave the Divine Masculine alone? So what happens to the Divine Feminine when she's left alone for too long? And what happens to the Divine Masculine when he's left alone? Now, I know that most Divine Feminines, you reach out to your Divine Masculine on a regular basis, whichever that is. For me, it's about every 3-4 months. But I've been kind of doing that for 6 years. And it gets to a point where it's like, what am I doing? So, being the only person to make contact. So it's quite a cruel behaviour to be ghosted, to be ignored, to know that somebody wants to speak to you, just to have a conversation. And the Divine Feminine, you're a Divine Feminine. You shouldn't be chasing affection, conversation, or love. So it's kind of like Judgment Day. What happens? What happens when you leave the Divine Feminine for too long? She gets this realisation of truth, as in what she's putting herself through is quite cruel. I actually was reading some letters the other day. I have them here because I was reading them and I haven't taken them back upstairs and put them away. And they're letters that I wrote home in 1997. And I mention a boy in there. It's what I actually said to my mum because I'd come out of a 3-year relationship with my next door neighbour. Now, he was married with 4 children and it ended. Well, it all came out and basically I couldn't go home. It was like my life was on the line. This lady was after me. This wife was after me. So I moved away and I went to live somewhere where I could work as well. So I wrote home. And I've got the first letters. I don't know if I stopped writing home or when my mum made her transition, I found the letters that I'd sent home. So I kind of nabbed them back. And I was reading them out to somebody who was around in that time with me. And it was just interesting to he was like, I'd like to hear them letters. And I said, yeah, I can read them to you, But there was a part in there when I speak about, I'm not sure. I think it might be this one. Well, my letters I wrote home to my mummy. But I wanted to tell her about this boy that I liked. And this isn't the letter, I don't think. I don't think that's the one. Just bear with me. This is a point where it's just like I feel like I want to just stop looking for it. Well, I can tell you along the lines, I basically said to my mum that this boy had upset me. And I wasn't really so forgiving. I did later on, I kind of said, it's okay, I like him, we're taking it slow. But I made a comment about I'm never going to allow another man to hurt me after what I had just been through. And it was like I was 19. And here we are at 44. And, well, it seems that that wasn't the case. I did allow... I allowed myself to be hurt deeply by my divine masculine and his behaviour. Now, I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming myself for allowing myself to be so naive. Okay. So where are we going with this then? Let's actually have a look at the channel of love cards. So what does this mean? What happens when the divine feminine is left alone for too long? The awakening of the students, where we all wake up. Mr. Lover Man. That's really what the divine feminine is looking for. Someone that isn't afraid to love her, who can show expressions of love. And then we have Mr. Know-it-all and divine masculine. You do know a lot, divine masculine, when it comes to expressions of emotions. Just like me with my pronunciations, you're pants. It's like you're emotionally immature. The divine masculines, or our perceived divine masculines, there's a reason why we found the attraction with them. We saw the potential, if you want to say that, because we're actually looking for a life partner. Okay, someone to kind of wed up with in this web of love, and to go and share that with the world, because you can see how unique your connection is. So, Mr. Know-it-all, you want to know it all, but then you're very reluctant to embrace love. What I can see here is the Ace of Cups. Unconditional love. Now, most of the gentlemen that you guys have kind of allocated for yourself, they are very much gentlemen. They are beautiful beings until it comes to being beautiful with you. There's the block. So it's not authentic. They are authentic, authentically old-fashioned, but love scares them. And that's just not going to work. That's a shame, isn't it? I feel it's a big shame. It's 11:11. That's what I feel, anyway. At this current time, it's a shame. It's a shame that love has to be so cruel. Love isn't cruel. It's just whoever you're looking at to supply you with that love is coming across as being cruel. Go to the Lord. Listen to the Lord. Those who have faith, everything will be possible for you. You can move mountains. Those that have little faith, wow. Okay, King of Wands with the King of Wands. Mr. Loverman with Mr. Loverman. This is balancing out here the feminine and masculine energies. We're here to love and be loved. Mr. Know-it-all. The divine feminine's celebrating, but this is actually the divine masculine knowing that he needs to celebrate the divine feminine. Now it's all. It's available to you now. The other day I done a reading, it spoke about if it's too early, okay, then there's going to be complications, but then again, if it's too late, there's going to be, and they're both unnecessary complications. Divine Masculine. The Lovers. This is a big block between the Lovers with this smoky cloud here. There's just a block. When it comes to the masculines embracing love, embracing their divine feminine, they can't even handle their divine feminine. That's really where these masculines that we're talking about as a collective who are very distorted cannot even deal with you, divine feminine, or handle you. They don't know how to handle you. They can handle everything else in their lives, but they're unable to handle you. Big alarm bells. They're not very grown up. And I do think we need to stop making excuses for them. There's no excuse for cruelty. Especially if you know you're doing it. Okay. And if not, then they're asleep. Most men are asleep. The awakening of the student. A very sneaky energy here with the Seven of Swords. They will run into trouble. But at least you're aware now, Divine Feminine. It feels like you're being swayed away. It's like the Divine Masculine that you're perceiving, and you'll know if he hasn't stepped forward or showed any expression of interest or love towards you, is very distorted, very disturbed. Okay. If your masculine's in your life, and they are trying, then they're waking up. They're waking up. Okay, let's look at the bottom of the deck. A change of direction. You deserve a true man, Divine Feminine, because you've done the work. Okay, you're not running away from love. I don't even feel that you're running away from this connection. You're just being given a big wake-up call about what it is that actually you're chasing, and you shouldn't be chasing anything. If anything, the Divine Masculine should be chasing you down. Staking his claim. If he's awake, he will know that that's important to do that. And it's important for his own growth, seeing as that's why the Divine Feminine is here, is to actually help the Divine Masculine to succeed this lifetime with her support. We've got defiance. It's like being thrown in a bush of stinging nettles. What do you need? You need a dock leaf. They always grow nearby. So every time I feel that you're hurt, Divine Feminine, go straight to the Lord. Maybe remember them passages. Okay. It's time to listen to the Lord. Let's get some messages then. Let's get some messages from heaven. Communication card. You have more communication with heaven and God than what you do with a mortal human being. It's like you've got the lurgy, you've got the plague. Who are we helping? The Divine Masculine by kind of giving you the truth, or the Divine Feminine, but we're helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. Divine Feminine, the collective of the Divine Feminine energy at the moment, who are feeling this energy, they're very heartbroken. That's a big impact on our world for Divine Feminines to be losing hope in mankind. That will have a massive impact. We're here. It's a real crucial time that we can get New Earth rolling, seeing as kind of the Earth's been shut down. And it's been shut down for us to do the work. Did we do the work? Because we're here to create New England. New England? I don't know what that means. Well, I do, New England, but I'm here for world change, but I suppose it starts where you are. Okay. Is there a song looking for New England. I'm looking for another. I don't want to change the world. Some people don't want it. Some masculines do not want love, do not want a divine feminine, do not want to change the world, do not want to be viewed as being a representation of that. Most masculines. Okay. Oh, I'm not looking for New England. I think that's what, I don't know what the words are to it. I'm not even going to check it out because it sounds quite shitty. I don't want to change the world. Okay. I'm not looking for New England. I'm looking for another. Makes me feel like I'm looking for another girl. Let's just hope that these masculines, in whatever they pursue, they end up being happy and satisfied, and they find harmony with themselves. Okay. So we are helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. Who deserves a little luck? Sometimes we struggle on and nothing seems to go our way. Well, that time has come to an end. Your loved ones are stepping in to help. They are saying, we're here for you. We're helping to make things right. Be ready as we bring good news. I got the Good News Bible. Okay. As we bring good news. Well, let's get one more little passage. What do we say? We say Psalm 27:12. We've already heard Psalm 31:24. Okay, so we're just going back a little bit. 27:12. Let's have a look. That didn't take me to it. Okay. Psalm 27:12. Do not turn me over to the desire of my foes, for false witnesses rise up against me, spouting malicious accusations. Do you want me to read that again? Do not turn me over to the desire of my foes, for false witnesses rise up against me, spouting malicious accusations. What you give out will come back to you. I've just wished you happiness and love and harmony and joy. I don't wish for anyone to receive any cruelty in their life. But karma will do what karma's going to do. Okay? It's like you defied the law of love. Jeez, Lucy, give them a break. I will give them a break. That's exactly what's on the horizon, is a break from kind of guiding the divine masculines for so long. It's like, knock it on the head. Enough now. Just give it a break. What happens when you leave the divine masculine alone? I don't know. Have you ever tried? I'm up for the try. Seriously. It's energy, isn't it? It's like wasted energy. So let's have a look at angel prayers. And this is what happens, isn't it? The divine feminine loses faith in mankind, like I said. Okay. They say that us women are all the same. That's not right, is it? No, that's not correct. And it's the same when it comes to masculines. Not all men. I like this. Divine feminine. Change and transition. Thank you, Ariel. No, sorry, it's Azriel. Thank you, Azriel, for leading me safely through this change. Do you find the reading amusing yet? Wow, it is a little bit, isn't it? You're going through some changes right now, and you may not be enjoying them. But please be assured that they are for your highest good. Change is a natural process, and we are constantly moving through different levels of development and experience so we can grow. Now, does your Divine Masculine still encourage you to grow, if that makes sense? Are they a liability, or are they still a benefit? Are they still like helping you to understand who you are and how you operate? I feel like most of the Divine Feminines are there. They can see clearly now. So allow yourself to relax, knowing that the angels are supporting you through these changes. The expanded interpretation: change can be a challenging process, especially if you fight it. Know that you are supported at this time, and that the changes really are bringing blessings into your life. You may be faced with the feeling of fear and not knowing what the next stage is, but there are plenty of doors opening and opportunities being presented to you. Allow yourself to let go and welcome the new and exciting energy life is bringing to you. And all the time that you're holding on to this door being opened with your perceived allocated Divine Masculine, it's like, it's not opening, is it? But lots of other ones are. You keep waiting for that door to open, like you're sitting there just waiting for them. And it's like, I think it's time to move on, guys. So allow yourself to let go and welcome the new and exciting energy, because you don't really want to be someone that waits, hangs around, has to try and encourage conversation, not really knowing what the deal is. Archangel Azrael. Azrael's name means he who helps God. He is the angel who guides us through the process of transition. With his phoenix-like energy, he helps us to rise from the ashes of our challenges to be reborn and positive again. I need some of that. Some positivity. He has a close link with mediums and is the angel who lovingly guides us to the other side at the time of our passing. He is strong but loving and supportive. Call on him to guide you through change in a peaceful and loving way. I actually remember, like, this must have been, 3-4 years ago, sending my Divine Masculine a message. He got back to me on that occasion, and I said, I don't know, I've kind of lost all concept of time, money. I feel like maybe I'm going batshit crazy. And his response was, whoa, that sounds like a lot to be, like, basically a bit of a head fuck. Do you think you'll make it out the other side? I think the answer was no, yes, I will. But it's a bit bizarre. Do you think you'll make it out the other side? Okay. Now, he had said that to me once before as well, when I told him that my husband he had cancer. He said the same thing. Do you think he'll make it out the other side? My response to that one was, I'm not actually sure if he will. But when it comes to myself, hell yeah. I'll make it out the other side. And I think maybe that's a reflection of him. Will you make it out the other side? Will you make it through? Wow. I feel like the time's fast approaching for some serious decisions to be made, if they are going to be made at all. Messages from your angels. Talk about the kids stirring up shit here. They were her cards. Patience. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. I actually feel a lot of the Divine Feminines are going more off into work. Okay, so it's like not focusing on the true love connection, about you both being combined and going out there and, saving the world, changing the world with your love. Because when you are together, nothing else ever seems to matter. You're just locked up in your own little world anyway. But I do feel like Divine Feminine, you're kind of being sent off to learn some more stuff. And I don't feel it's in the area of the divine counterparts connection just for now. Indriel, you are a light worker, and God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. So it's not about becoming resentful or being cruel yourself. It just really is, you have a job to do, regardless, Divine Feminine. You're a light worker. You work with the light. So it does seem really silly that you'll be entertaining such darkness. Mystique, keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. Okay, not sure what I feel about this. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. I feel like this is you defying the divine masculine, really. Is that you won't give up on this love, but the person that you love is your Lord. He looks after you. Being a divine feminine, I don't really feel like being extra boisterous with my divine masculine and telling him the score and refusing to take no for an answer. Whenever I've taken that approach, it backfires. Maybe it's their turn to charge ahead and not take no for an answer from us. We need to look into this a bit more. Very mixed messages. Maybe there's a big misunderstanding. The only way that you can clear up any misunderstanding is by having a conversation with each other. Not hearing it through the grapevine, not your assumptions. It's about actually finding out. Straight from the horse's mouth. Let's have a look at this card. It says, be fearless. Dearest Jew, on Earth, humans learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself and the world. So to get the answers you seek, you must get vulnerable and hear your story when you tell it. Ask, why do I tell it? Is it really true? What else can be true? Can you see the truth that spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap and intertwine? Spirit loves stories, for they are like blueprints for co-creation. So tell the one we know to be true about you, a story of courage, gratitude and honesty. Tell an empowered story about well-being, wisdom and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it. Make sure they're stories you're proud of. And that's about, I want to say, you should be proud that you've come out the other side, that you've actually come through the torment and cruelty of this connection. Okay, and I want to say the rejection within this connection. You should be proud of yourself, Divine Feminine. You're through the other side. Let's have a look at the journey of love. I feel like I want to get this wrapped up, get this energy off of my table. Stop focusing on it. There's a change of direction. And let's see what the journey of love would like to say. It says here, a genuine loving fan club. Falling. We fell hard in love. Okay. 14. Don't worry, you may fear you are falling, but it's just your soul diving deeper into the ocean of bliss. Are you sensing parts of your life flying away from you, out of your control, as the momentum of your divine surrender takes over and becomes more powerful than the old adhesive between you and what no longer serves? And you'll know if your divine masculine is serving you. Okay? Laugh, cry, celebrate and ponder. Whether it makes sense or not, you are like a perfectly ripe fruit falling from the universal tree, succulent and ready to be enjoyed for all that you are. If you wait any longer, this moment will be lost and you'll end up on the ground, having to decay and go to seed in order to start the whole process again. This is not so bad, but what a shame if your sweet nectar was not to be savoured by a hungry world. You deserve to be declared the most delicious, juicy fruit that ever was. So fall. You'll end up exactly where you are meant to be. This oracle contains a message for you. You're being called closer into divine union and into the fulfillment of your destiny now. It's safe for you to trust what is happening. Go with it. It might seem like you are being asked to take a leap of faith. It's the right timing for that. It's your time to give yourself in love without holding back anything of yourself. Is it wrong to love, to feel what I hold inside? The answer must wait. I feel that's for the Divine Feminine. Is it wrong to love, to feel what I hold inside? The answer must wait. And it feels like it's waiting until that moment that the Divine Masculine comes forward and declares his love. Especially if you've been the one to do the declaring in the past, Divine Feminine. Okay. You have to remember that there are feminines that are in the Divine Masculine's energy. So you have to kind of work it out for yourself. Are we going to be carrying on? Yes, let's end with a Rumi message. I don't feel it's too late. I feel it's coming to a point where soon it may be too late. Especially if the Divine Feminine is paired off with a true loyal partner. Okay. Let's see what Rumi wants to say. Rumi says the Cloak of Christ. Card number 4, the Emperor's number, Divine Masculine. 44, that last card was on page 44 in the Journey of Love. Card 4. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Rumi. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul, that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely, without condition now. The compassion born out of our own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your efforts and your struggles. So what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, of mercy. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than my holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. Wow, that's all I'm reading from that. Okay. I'm not feeling the energy to delve into this too much. I'm not really interested. Not on what's going on, like with the divine masculines. If they were divine, we would know what's going on with them. Okay. And until that moment, until they speak up, I feel, I don't know what's going on with my tongue. It feels like something's wrong with my tongue. It's best just to focus on other stuff. There's a lot of life to focus on. And it doesn't feel like that these masculines have much life in them. Not for love, anyway. Otherwise you'd know about it. So, forgiveness. Please forgive me. I know not what I do. That's bullshit. You do know what you do. You know if you've been cruel to someone. You do. I even know when I'm cruel to people. It happens occasionally. Okay. I feel like the difference is that I have people from my past that reach out to me, not to start conversation, but just as a, normally it's happy birthday, Merry Christmas, but that's it. I don't hear nothing from them. And the thing is, I've been like associated with these people for years, and I realised I just allow them to use me when they want to. And a lot of them have been missing for a good couple of years. And then they kind of come back in, and it's like, no, it's going to take more than that. So I don't answer because I don't actually want to re-establish that connection. And that could be the case with the Divine Masculine. If he ignores your, like I'm saying, I'm no better than anyone else. Okay? So it's just karma coming back. If I ignore people that are trying to reach out to me and get my attention and I don't give it to them, then it's justified that the Divine Masculine could do that to me. He may be under the same impression that I am with the others, that, well, I don't really want you in my life. Not if there's no kind of more. So, yeah, what goes around comes around. But we have forgiveness here. Forgiveness is the cornerstone of love. To be fully aligned with the power of love requires complete forgiveness of self and others. You may find this hard to accomplish because you are letting your ego be in the driving seat. When you can't forgive, it is the ego holding on to past hurts and the feeling of not being in control. Forgiveness will remove old blockages and causes of emotional distress, allowing love energy to work through you. By forgiving, you are not excusing or condoning a particular behaviour. Instead, you are willing to understand the lesson being presented. You are not necessarily obligated to reconcile. You can forgive and choose not to involve yourself with that person or situation again. The saying forgive and forget is a misnomer, for you should never forget a lesson. Bless the experience, but always remember what you learned from it. When you forgive, you open yourself up to the positive and loving experiences that the universe wants to bestow upon you. Now there is room for them in space, formerly taken up by babysitting those horrible and toxic feelings. Freedom. Okay. Very much about just letting all of it go, your whole past go. And for those that you don't want into your life, then don't encourage it. Okay? And those that you do genuinely want into your life, and it seems that they also want you in their life, then you should go for those connections. But it shouldn't be someone chasing so that they can be forgiven, and it's all rather pathetic when you look back over it. I think I've had this realisation since like becoming 44. It's all a bit petty, and it's just stuff that I don't really want to. Everyone's forgiven. I hope you have all lovely, happy lives, but they don't get to come to me distorted anymore. Okay. And for me to be just so willing to go back into that situation where I know exactly what the outcome will be. People then start draining on my energy. Wanting conversations all the time with me. Okay, been there, done it. Got the t-shirt, ditched the t-shirt, now I'm a survivor. Forgiveness. Very strong message here today. Should we leave it there? I think we should leave it there. I'll catch up with you guys soon. I don't know when. I feel like we might have another reading, which is all good with me. I'll catch up with you soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.